Vic, good to see you here, man. Okay, on an injury front, Gardeck had a knee and Sean had a neck. Both guys couldn't return. I thought big-time physical game. Knew that's what kind of game it was going to be. Man, this is loud. Knew what kind of game it was going to be. Defense held them out of the end zone, which was huge. Those stops there. I thought we did a good job controlling the line of scrimmage, stopping the run. I thought our offense made some timely plays, ran it extremely well. I thought James Conner was lights out, had 150-some yards of offense, I think. Run game looked good to start and made plays when we needed to. I thought Blake Gillikin was lights out, a couple punts, changed field position a couple times. Obviously, Chad to hit the walk-off. What will go unnoticed, so I'm going to point it out because it shouldn't go unnoticed, is we throw a pick, James Conner strips the guy, and we recover. Now, we punted, but it's different for the offense. Their offense starting on the 30 or whatever, their first possession, right? So that goes into our mode of play. And then I thought when James, he made a good play on the screen, and they stripped him, and we're chasing the ball and retained possession. And then I know Starr had the one at the down there inside the 5 on that long pass. I thought it was a great play by him. But those are huge plays that are going to get overlooked where those guys, man, they care, their effort's there, they want to win on the next week. Go ahead.
Does that play, the forced fumble, does that speak to kind of the ferociousness with which James plays?
Yeah, it does. It really does. I mean, we talk about that and we educate him, but it's another thing that in real time that he chases the ball and strips the guy. Huge play.
Is this the perfect game for him? You mentioned how physical it is. Is this James Conner's kind of game?
Yeah, I thought he was lights out. I mean, there was a lot of times, he's getting 4 yards and it should be probably 1 or 2. Obviously, some explosives he had. He forced the way he was running the football, forced them out of shell, which no one's really been able to do that, truthfully, on tape at least. So I thought that was good. That opened up some things in the pass game, I thought. He put the team on his back today and carried us home.
You feel like James's effort is contagious?
Yeah, his energy is. His energy, his attention to detail. He talked to the team last night. It was, he's lights out, man.
We're 3 for 349, but did it through a touchdown, like you said. What did this defense do to be able to keep him?
Yeah, I thought we pressured him okay. A couple of times, I got to look at the tape, but our coverage structures, we got to do a better job winning leverage. That stood out to me as the game was going on, and that's on coaching. We got to get that's me. Like, come on, man, win your leverage. Like, that's 101 a DB play. So we got to do a better job there. I got to do a better job there. But I thought we did a really good job in the run game. And then we had some timely pressures. We sacked them a couple times, you know what I mean? That third down stop in the red zone, I thought we played the coverages good down there. I like the calls by Nick, held them to a field goal. Those were some big-time plays. Keep points off the board. We knew it was going to be kind of a game like that. They don't give up a lot of points. That's kind of where it was today.
What were the details that made the run defense so effective today?
Our guys are getting aligned right. They're looking at the right people. They're playing with good technique, and they're playing with motor and violence. You know what I mean? So it's the consistency of doing that. I know we did it we talked about it at halftime. Like, you got to keep doing it. You know what I mean? And then I think they kind of made an effort to try to throw it a little bit more. And that's what I mean. We got to win our leverages and do a better job in pass downs, second and pass, third and pass, or we're getting off and not giving up field goals. Because drives are extending. So we got to do a better job there.
Were there any specific plays where they were out of shell where you guys were able to take advantage of the ones you were talking about that come to mind right now?
Off the top of my head, I know he killed a couple run-kill runs and got us in. Kyler, it's hard to see because they do a good job disguising, especially with Derwin being the big nickel. When is he covered down? When is he coming? When are they run pressure? And I thought Kyler did a really good job of operating today and got us into some ideal looks because you just call it the normal run there. It gets, as I would say, killed at the line of scrimmage. But
Tyler got the long touchdown run. He holds the ball just with one hand, as he often does. Do you ever talk to him about maybe securing the ball a little bit better?
Yeah, until he fumbles, I'll let him ride. We do, but yeah, that was a pretty spectacular play.
You mentioned James talked to the team last night. Can you tell us just what his general message was?
Ask him.
Go back to the Conner force.
It was really good. It was maximize your opportunity. You're 2 and 4. That's a moment in time that passes. His story. you know. It hits home with me. And, you know, maximize your opportunity. Once all our effort and energy into 60 minutes of this game, no external factors. Let's, you know, together, all three phases, and that's what happened, man.
When you go back to the Connor forced fumble, just for Michael Wilson to stay involved in the play.
Unreal. Mike plays with extreme effort all the time. I mean, love the guy. You know, makes plays when the ball comes to him. He blocks, you know, his ass off. That play was, I mean, that was awesome to see.
You said when you control the controllables.
Sorry, Vic.
Come on, Gannon.
Go ahead, Gannon.
You're next. You're next, Vic. You're next.
The same for McBride on the fumble by James. The ability to
Absolutely.
recover that.
You know what I mean? We always talk about, you know, the 10 guys got to get them on the ground and give the defense a chance to play defense. But what goes into that is when, you know, we're on offense, talk about if we turn it over and tackle it, right? But on offense, you know, I put a lot on those guys because not everybody plays that way. That's why our motor plays good. Those guys care. That goes into ball security because that was a good play by that guy coming from behind, you know, and Mike's chasing the ball. You know what I mean? So, and there's more guys chasing the ball. And I always say we got to have one more hat than they have. That if the ball is on the ground, we got to recover it. And that was unbelievable by Mike. Go ahead, Vic.
You said when you control your controllables, you think this is a pretty good football team. Did tonight affirm that?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I thought we had a good week of practice. It was highly competitive. I don't know if I didn't tell you guys. Thursday reminded me of like I know OTA is not in pads, but an OTA training camp practice going against each other. You know, got chippy, honestly. You know, guys are a touch frustrated, you know, but trying to sharpen their sword, you know, and you got to practice the right way. And it was violent and physical, you know. And so when I'm seeing that, then Friday was kind of the same, and our focus was there. On Saturday, the mock game was really good. We had a walkthrough this morning because it was a night game. You know, I was in with the offense. They were on point. You know, there was no blunders. You know, those guys are locked in. I knew we were going to play well. We knew it was going to be a good game versus a good team, right? But I think that's the main thing is you just got to control your day, you know, and just keep stacking good days. And our behavior is right, but now we gotta keep it going. It's got to translate. You know what I mean? Because we're good enough where it can translate. I know that.
You didn't have big numbers.
Rob, we'll make this the last one.
You didn't have big numbers from your receivers for the second straight week, but you found lots of different ways to get this thing done today. Are you confident the receivers are going to start riding?
Yeah, 1,000%. 1,000%. I mean, I mean, it's attention to detail, playmaking, all that. I thought Dortch, you know, I think he had the one drop on third down, comes back, excuse me, catches a touchdown pass. You know what I mean? That'll come. I'm not worried about that. We did enough today. That's how the game had to be played, and that's how, you know, you score one more point than them, you feel good. Okay, thanks, guys.
We'll have Kyler, Kaiser, and James Conner next. James Conner, 10 seconds.
Oh, okay.
James, the first thing that JD wanted to bring up out of everything was you running down the interception and creating the fumble. That was an amazing way for the whole game to start with the way that went, but what did that mean for this team, those first couple plays? You making that play, Star making the forced fumble. What do you think that did for this team?
Man, I just think it's just, you know, effort and energy plays, you know, and that's our team, you know, playing with high effort, high energy. And, you know, just having real early. But, you know, we got the swing first mindset. So, yeah, just seeing that he came down with the interception, he had a little loose, so just trying to make a play so we can keep possession.
I'm sure you like playing every week, but is this the type of game where you feel like you thrive? A very physical game where...
You know, I try to bring the physicality. So every time I step on the field, you know, my mind's ready for it to be a physical one. You know, that's just my makeup. So, Sunday night, Sunday morning, Monday night, Thursday, I'm going to be physical.
That strip, that's obviously an unusual situation for you to be in. What's going through your mind as you're coming up from behind and making that play?
Well, we coach that. You know, we see it happen around the league. You know, we know the defensive line. They're not ball carriers. You know, so like I said, I seen it a little loose and just trying to make a play. I got a little linebacker in me too from back in the day.
What do you think sprung you for that 33-yard score or run that put you guys in field goal range?
Oh, that's just playing ball. Truthfully, just simple check down. K1 found me. Just checked it down, and then the rest is just playing ball after that.
You said last night you had a message to the team that was pretty moving and powerful. What are you willing to share from that message?
Just telling them, push all their chips in for this week. You know that we still on a mission. You know, just tell the guys don't take nothing for granted. And just play good football. Push all your chips in to this week. You know, give it all you got. You know, we got some guys on the team, who out for the season, who wish they could be out there. Man, just play hard. So, just tell them to play hard and push all their chips in. Just get a victory for this week.
How big a win is this for you guys? How big a win is this for you guys coming off that game last weekend?
We love it anytime we get a win, man. We're gonna celebrate it. Win is a win. You know, it's nice to be back in the win column. We gotta do it again.
You feel like this was the right moment to deliver that message to the team about kind of seizing the moment?
Man, it's just the way the season's been going. You know, just as a captain on this team, that's the job description. You know, rally the troops. You know, and that's just it was just that time for it.
You run 10 or more yards. What clicked in the running game overall?
You know, things like they don't click. You know, it's you put in the work. You know, we're a talented group. All practice, meetings, the weight room, everything. You know, things just don't just click. It's a process. You know, we're process driven. So it's just executing. You know, it's not something clicked. It's just that's the team we want to be. That's just when you execute, that happens.
How much does your journey, football career, inspire your message to the team about putting all your chips in?
I hope it inspires them. We all got journeys. We all got different stories. Mine, cancer, all that type of stuff. But just because mine was that doesn't mean, somebody else is more significant than somebody else's story. There's everybody on our team, got a story. You know what I'm saying? So we're all inspiration to each other.
Weeks ago when Kyler had that 45-yard touchdown run in San Francisco and kind of pointed to the end zone, and it looked like he maybe did something similar tonight. What were you thinking this time around?
No, I knew he was going. He had that good angle, and then you can just tell it meant a lot to him. You see his celebration, you just kind of take a moment. He's back to balling, playing his game, doing what he does. So. Once I seen him, kind of shake the defender off and he had the sideline, I just started going to the sideline to his touchdown.
I think I saw you had 11 missed tackles forced today. Any of them stand out as your favorite?
No, that's got to be me week after week. That's week after week.
As physical as that game and tough it was, has it even entered your mind yet that now we're coming up on a short week?
Not looking too far ahead, but I know what the schedule was. Everything I pushed back a day. With this being a Monday night, so I told the team the reward for getting through this challenge is another one. So we got to be ready.
Thank you, guys.
We had talked a couple weeks ago when you guys beat the 49ers how disappointed you were when you couldn't run down the clock and kick on the last play of the game. So how nice is it that you guys were able to do that tonight?
Still feels, you're leaving us a little bit like you'd rather score with like 0 seconds left, you know what I mean? But I've got full faith in Chad. He knocked it down. So just getting down there, obviously I think we can execute a little better first 2 plays, but we won the game. So that's really all that matters.
In San Francisco, when you hit the corner this time, did you kind of know you were gone too?
Yeah, I knew I was. Yeah. If I beat him, I knew I should be good.
Does anything James do amaze you anymore?
No, I mean he's safety valve. Somebody. I've been telling people since I've been playing with James. I've known he's what type of back he is, and obviously he's underrated around the world in the league and how he's viewed. But I know there's nothing he can't do, in my eyes.
Yeah, can you describe what it's like to turn the corner and be 30 yards from the end zone and know that you're going to get there?
Yeah, it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. Just to be able to put the ball in the end zone. Wish we could have done it more tonight, but a win's a win.
What's in your head when you kneel in the end zone? Celebrate.
Oh man, just saying a prayer. Yeah.
Can you talk about the 2-minute drill? 3 timeouts. You just scored a win. It's almost like your prototypical quarterback stream, right? Can you just talk about what's going through your head in that process?
Yeah, executing what's called, trying to move the chains, trying to go down, get in field goal position, or put the ball in the end zone. First play didn't go our way, and then the second play we got when Marv got hit in the head. But then at that point, just James made a play on the check down, and at that point we were in field goal range, so it was good.
On that check down, what were you going through? What did you see, and what made you decide to check it off to James there?
All night, felt like they made me kind of, take the underneath stuff. They did a good job, of taking the deep routes away and stuff like that. But again, full faith in James to go make a play, and that's what he did.
When you guys all talked, James just did again. You talked about it last week about the process and looking ahead. What does it mean though when you guys get the process paid off with a victory? I know you guys don't want to think about the results, but there's got to be something there when you're getting these wins eventually.
Yeah, a win is a win, and it's great to, feel like this right now. But at the same time, like the work is what matters, the process is what matters. We can't be result driven. Obviously, we got the result we wanted tonight. Last week we got our ass beat, but we went back to work and we put in a good, had a great plan, put in a great week of practice. I felt like we could have came out here and played a little bit better, but at the end of the day, we got it done. And that's the exciting part is about the work that we put in throughout the week. But yeah, it's a great feeling to come out here and get the result, but the work is done throughout the week.
Your defense,
defense did a great job tonight. Holding them to 4 field goals, 5 field goals. Yeah, they did a great job tonight. Had our back the whole day.
I asked JG about how you like to run the ball with just holding the ball with one hand.
Yeah.
He said as long as you don't fumble, it's good. You've done that your whole career. Have coaches tried to get you to stop doing that to kind of?
It's kind of what he said. As long as I. Usually when I'm in traffic, I'm going down anyway, so it's there's not many opportunities for me to fumble the ball, knock on wood. But I know I'm in space, spatial awareness, and if it allows me to run a little faster, then I feel like in game, JG really can't tell me, what to do on that one.
JG said things got a little chippy on Thursday. How much did that set the tone for the week?
I don't even remember Thursday, dog. Thursday. Oh, okay. Yeah, Thursday. It was definitely a competitive practice. Felt like a camp practice. It wasn't. I'm not saying every practice is laid back, but the juices were flowing. Guys were flying around. A little chippy. Yeah, guys. It was a lot of competition and competitive. So it was a good week. I think we had a great week, and we got to go do it again.
What was important and timely about what James said when he talked to the team last night?
I just think anytime, a guy that doesn't say too much, but when he gets up there and speaks, it means something. You know what I mean? Not a lot of volume, but the substance behind it and what he's preaching, and anybody for that matter. When you get up there and you pour your heart out, guys feel it.
There's a good chance you guys.
You mentioned the Chargers taking away the deep passes. JG was talking about how James' ability in the run game was actually forcing them out of some shells. Were there any plays where you felt like you were able to take advantage of them being out of that coverage?
No. I felt like, it was like perfect timing every time I dropped back, and it was like, they were guessing right. That's what it felt like the whole day. So it was tough, but, at the end of the day, man, we got the job done. We moved the ball when we needed to, and we put up more points than the other team. So.
There's a good chance you guys are gonna go against Tua on Sunday. And being a quarterback, NFL player, competitor, how do you feel about him coming back, and how much are you pulling for him without them beating you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't, I've obviously his situation's, different. I don't really, something everybody likes to talk about and give their opinions on, but I don't really know much about, what he's going through or anything like that. Haven't really had, I'm not in his shoes, so I don't really know what he is feeling or anything like that. So I can't really speak on it, but I hope he is safe, and I hope it all works out for him.
Can you describe what you saw, not necessarily on the interception itself, but James's effort to go and get the fumble, just how that looked from your perspective?
Oh yeah, it was like you're mad as hell, and then you're like, okay, yeah. I'm glad James has the awareness. He's a great football player. To have the awareness to go strip the guy. Dude was like, he's probably like 340. I was about to try to go tackle him, and then something in the back of my head was like, nah, let James do that. But I was getting picked off by a lineman is never fun. So it was I'm just glad we got the ball back for sure.
Dinner or two after that?
You said what?
Do you owe him a dinner or two after that, James?
Yeah, I get him right.
I know you didn't want to talk about must wins in October. It was a pretty big win tonight.
Yeah. To go 3-4 instead of 2-5, be right there in the division. Just one game at a time, one day at a time, and we know where this puts us. But at the same time, we can't look too far ahead. Obviously, like I said, we got to stay locked into the process.
Thanks, Tyler.
Again, I know you guys want to prevent all scores, but the ability to keep them out of the end zone tonight, starting with the Starling forced fumble, that changed the whole game, the way you guys were able to do that. What does that mean to you guys to be able to keep a team out of the end zone?
Yeah, man, it means everything. I feel like we had a great defensive performance, still can be a lot better. But, we played bend but don't break defense tonight, and, we came out with the victory, so can't be mad about that.
I know that all you guys talk about the process and not wanting to be about the results because it's the process, and I'm sure that's a JG thing. But when you get paid off with a win like this, what does it mean?
I mean, it feels great, man. After, the loss last week, we were eager to get back out here on the field and prove ourselves, and we did that tonight. So it definitely felt great. Just got to keep building upon it and don't get complacent. Try to go on a roll.
Justin Herbert threw for, I think, 349 yards despite not being in the zone. After, completions happened, but it seemed like every time you guys really had to have a stop, you got it. Like, how did you manage to keep your head up and get those stops when you needed it?
Justin Herbert's a great quarterback, so he's definitely going to, get his fair share, I feel like. But like I said, man, bend but don't break defense. Every time they got down there in the red zone, we just told each other, let's keep them out the end zone and really bite down and make a stop.
How much are you watching on the sideline when James is doing what he does?
Oh, yeah, I love watching James, man. He's a great player, workhorse. I was joking with him after, and I told him, man, it look like you getting younger out there. You don't get tired, no nothing, man. So it's definitely great to see and, watch all this hard work pay off.
Strip the football?
Nah, that's on him. I mean, he played D in that pit for a little bit, so, yeah, he had that in his arsenal.
And that was on the field. Off the field, how important and timely was what he said to the team last night?
Oh, it was great. He had a great message. real great message. I feel like it touched everybody, in a room. So, it translated out here to the field, came out here and got a dub tonight.
How would you describe the intensity of the preparation this week? Was it any more coming off the loss last week?
Oh, yeah, man. It was definitely more of a sense of urgency. When you have a loss like that, it don't feel good. It kind of mess with your sleep a little bit. So definitely eager to get back out here and just prove ourselves.
How wild is it? Kyler was talking about when he turned the corner tonight on that long touchdown run that he could tell about 30 yards out that he was going to score.
Yeah.
A few players in the NFL can really call their shot like that. How wild is that to see?
Yeah, it's wild, man. He got great speed. I mean, I remember in college going against him, and he did read option first play of the game, took it 80. He got caught though, but he took it 80. He took it 80 on us. He took it 80 on us for sure.
Is that getting caught?
Nah, I never even talked to him about it, man. To be honest.
The fumble, forced fumble and recovery early by defense, and then twice the offense hops on a fumble. Some amount of that is probably a little bit of luck, the way the ball bounces, but what else goes into that finishing plays?
We just preach motor a lot. So, with the offensive guys fumbling, you had guys trailing that was running to the ball. A lot of it is just effort. And, it panned out for us tonight, and we got to continue to do that.
Sir, what does it mean to you defensively to hold a team to 5 field goals?
Oh, it means everything, man. That's a great defensive performance. When you got a caliber quarterback like that and keeping him out the end zone, you definitely got to tip your hat to us tonight. We just got to keep building on it.
How has the defense been able to string performances like this together with all the injuries and guys being banged up, including yourself?
It's just a mentality, man. Rallies talk about it all the time. Next man up mentality. We after the performance last week, we got a lot of naysayers and stuff like that. But as long as we keep believing in each other and just following Rallis' lead, I think we'll be fine.
With that performance, how important was it though? I mean, it was mentioned with the passing game, but you guys really shut them down the run game.
Yeah, it was great, man, because they like to run. They've been having a lot of success. J.K. Dobbins is a great back, so it definitely felt good. I think we held them under 70 yards or something like that. Yeah, 60 yards, something like that. Felt good, man. We just got to keep building on it.
You guys talk about relentlessness and motor a lot and everything like that. And in many respects, that helped win you the game today very tangibly.
For sure.
To see that on display and kind of affirm those beliefs, what does that mean for this team?
It means everything, man. We know we can do it. We just got to stay consistent. After we go beat the Niners, we come back in the Packers and kind of lay an egg. We get a good win tonight. Now we play. I don't even know who we play next week, but we can't go lay an egg. We got to just keep building and keep getting better.
How do you find that consistency?
We got to just keep reminding each other, keep working hard in practice, keep going the extra mile, watch more film, keep taking care of your body. We're getting later and later on in the season, and just not get complacent, man.
At Miami next week.
I was at Miami. Okay. Thank you. Okay.
How do you prepare for a quarterback that doesn't have a lot of this season tape with Tua Tagovailoa in particular?
You see that big contract he shot? The proof in the pudding, man. He's a great player. We just got to be prepared and ready to go for him.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, appreciate you.